Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 25th edition of the Positive News. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope all of you had a good weekend. For all those that are watching this for the first time, this is a segment. The Positive News segment is a segment that I do every single Monday at 8:30 p.m. And this is the 25th week that we are doing it. So I really didn't think that I would be doing this for so long, which is just great. We get a lot of great response from all of you. If you like our content, please do tell us about it, because that is what keeps us going. We don't really make any money out of this. It's all just based on our passion for the content that we make and the support that we get from all of you. So thank you so much, and everyone in the comments, hello to everyone that is watching this. So to quickly start off, I have 8 brilliant articles for you. Make sure to watch it till the end. This is also a segment that we live stream on YouTube. So in case you miss it or you want to watch it later, you can go over to our YouTube channel to watch the whole thing. So to start off with the first article for you. So this comes from Uttar Pradesh, alright? So 3 years ago, 7 residents of a colony in Uttar Pradesh basically found that their locality was waterlogged, as well as had a lot of single-use plastic just thrown all over the place, which is of course a very big issue, right? And I've spoken about this a numerous number of times in the previous sessions as well, where there have been many people, many NGOs, many volunteers that have come up and done something about it, either worked on recycling them, creating another product with it. So these 7 residents from UP, they basically found a solution to clear the wastewater that is there in their locality, as well as basically how the harmful single-use plastic, how they can basically recycle them. So they formed a volunteer team called SAAPH, SAAPH, that's the acronym. So that basically is Sustainable Alternative and Awareness Against Single-Use Plastic and Household Waste. Alright, so that's the name of their NGO. In short, it's SAAPH. Very creative. So they basically work to bring about not just change, but also raise awareness about the harmful effects of waterlogging, as well as the single-use plastic and just the household waste which is just thrown around. So these members have basically have a voluntary group where people from all across the state, all across different districts join them in basically clearing up these ways. They have awareness campaigns. They have workshops and webinars on how people can basically help and what they can do with this, which is just a great initiative and a very brilliant first topic to start off with. So this was the first news for you. I have 7 more, so make sure to stick around till the end. These are really great for you. So the second is second news for you. So Suganya from Chennai basically runs an institute for underprivileged children with learning disabilities. Right, so basically underprivileged children already don't have a lot of access to education, and with COVID coming into picture and education going online, a lot of these children have not been able to go to schools or colleges. They haven't even been able to get to online classes because they don't have a phone, they don't have a laptop or anything like that. There was a statistic which showed that I think around 30% of these students had to completely give up education because they did not have access to facilities, basically laptops or phones to access internet and get that education. So Suganya basically works for the underprivileged children who also have learning disabilities. So basically she basically runs a voluntary service where she's conducting speech therapy, special education and counseling for parents and teachers as well for free. So she's doing all of this for free as a single person. And in the future, she also wants to basically start her own vocational institute for these children. And she also provides therapy sessions for, like I said, for teachers and parents as well as the children, so that they can understand, how they can improve themselves. Which is just a great, because she's doing it for free, it's so much more accessible for so many more people. Just so great to hear. So this is the second article for you. The third one, and this is very very surprising and very very motivating. So a 9-year-old kid, his name is Sharvesh. He is basically from he has decided to take a run, a 750-kilometer run from Kanyakumari to Chennai. So basically he started this journey on Saturday, and he wants to complete this 750-kilometer long journey in the next 10 days. And he's doing this to raise awareness for the global goals for sustainable development of the UN. So basically he's doing this run so that he can raise awareness about this particular initiative by the UN. And he's also carrying, very very innovative, he's also carrying 2 lakh seed balls, which he can basically plant for trees and different plants to grow around. So he'll be covering the journey, not just raising awareness but also planting trees. Such a great initiative, and he's only 9 years old. Sometimes, just thinking about going for a jog or something like that is just so, sometimes it's just so demotivating to even be able to run. And when you hear such stories, especially for me, I was able to get so motivated to basically go for a run, exercise and stuff like that. So just a great initiative. Fourth article for you. So, three class 9 students, with the help of their teachers. So this is based in Tamil Nadu. What they have done is that they have basically converted an old bus, which was not functioning, into an eco-friendly mobile bio toilets. All right. So this is very great. So basically there are toilets, not just the normal toilets, but also they have ramps for disabled people to be able to get access to these toilets. And what they're doing is that they're basically converting all the waste. They have installed a system in the bus to basically convert this waste into manure, which can then be used by farmers. They can give it to farmers or sell it. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but yes, they're basically using this waste to convert it into manure and use it. And another thing is that they have solar panels as well as rain harvesting mechanism in that bus itself. So just so good, right? Like an old bus which is revamped into a mobile, so it can be moved as well wherever it needs to be used, and people can it has accessibility for the disabled as well. So great. And this is done by class 9 students with the help of their teachers. So for the fifth article for you. So a lecturer in Odisha in Odisha is basically traveling the whole western Odisha part to find rare crafts and rare art forms. And he basically has a YouTube channel by the name of Mathur Kala. All right, so he's basically documenting all of this and showing it through his YouTube channel to the rest of the world. And since 2012, so his name is Rajat Kumar. So since 2012, he's been able to travel over 1,000 villages and explore new villages. And he's been able to explore new villages every 2 weeks. So he is basically traveling. He's giving light to these rare art forms and giving people the knowledge of what really exists, which we wouldn't really know without him doing it, right? So just so good. And his YouTube channel is basically used by students for research, and he's also planning to launch a lecture series on various topics related to art and culture. So the preservation of art and culture is a big issue right now, especially in India, because there is such variety of art and culture all across India due to the difference in people that exist, different communities that exist. So this is a brilliant step, and I'm sure he's not the only one. I'm sure there are many others doing it. So this kudos to all of them. Sixth article for you. So a lady by the name of Mangal Arun Shah and her daughter Dimple. All right, so in 2001 they basically started raising awareness about HIV and AIDS. And when they were doing that, so in a nearby village they found out that there are 2 children. This is back in 2001. Two children basically lost their parents due to HIV/AIDS, and they were orphaned and left abandoned. So, and they were basically staying in a cow shed. So back in 2001, they decided to basically take take those two kids with them and help them, basically support them, take care of them, right? So they started off with these two infants in 2001, and now Mangal, who's basically started this, is basically 69 years old now. So she, with her daughter and her grandchildren, are basically managing a care home for 125 orphan children who have HIV or AIDS. So like, just a small initiative that grew in 20 years ago has taken such a big shape 20 years later. So good to hear. Now, the seventh and the second last article, make sure to stick around till the end, okay? It's very good. So seventh article for you. So, basically, Rita Kaushik, all right? She hails from a village, right? So basically, she's been battling all of these social norms that have been put on her, like, not being able to get access to education because, she's a girl, as well as, her relatives who forced her basically to become a child bride, get married before the age of 18, and lots of different customs that girls have to go through in these in villages and things like that, right? So she suffered through all of that throughout her young age, and then as she grew up, she decided that she can't let this happen to any other girl like this, right? So what she did was that she basically started an NGO. Once she grew up, she's basically started an NGO to promote mainstream education and providing bridge courses to these female and the underprivileged. So what she's done is that she's been able to impact over 25,000 students through this free education that she's providing, and she's focuses mostly on Dalit and Muslim minority communities, and her NGO has basically helped develop a lot of women leaders, address malnutrition, hunger. So all of these, she's been able to educate people, educate students, as well as, the older generation on what these issues are, so that steps can be taken to rectify them. Such noble causes, right? And this was the seventh article for you. Every Monday when I do this and I read these articles, I feel like, wow, there are such nice people in this world. We hear such horrific stories all the time in the news. And that is why we brought about this segment, so that at least for a change, there is some positivity, some goodness that is shown also, right? So this was the seventh article for you. And now going to the last article. So basically, there is this thing called the Children's Climate Prize, wherein basically children who work and promote the issues with regards to climate change are basically awarded for their efforts, either through raising awareness or taking up some action, right? So there were 5 finalists for this particular award, and 3 of them were Indians. 3 of them were of Indian origin, basically. So Reshma, she's a 15-year-old who stays in California. She basically developed an AI to predict forest fires, which is a big issue in California, right? There are forest fires every single year, and there is some or the other forest fire issue that is going on, right? So they basically developed an AI which can predict forest fire. This is one. Second is Yash Narayan, who basically developed a waste classification app, wherein the app basically helps you classify the waste into different categories, and everyone needs it. I don't know. One thing that I would also like to add is that if in your house you do not have a waste segregation system, please do make sure that you're educating your parents. If you stay with your parents, you educate them on how to segregate waste. And if you stay alone, please take it up on your own, where you're able to segregate waste and give it to the people that are coming to collect the garbage, so that easier for them as well. And you are also playing a role in making a change, right? So the place where I stay in, our apartment, basically has a mandatory rule, which is a very, very good step for all the households to basically adopt this system. And I would highly encourage that you also educate your family members if you stay with your family, or do it yourself. So this was the second person. And the third kid, right? Her name is Anjali Sharma, and she's 17 years old. So she's from Melbourne in Australia. and she's basically led a lawsuit against the Environment Minister of Australia for his approval on a proposed coal project. Now this is one another issue that is going on in Australia, where these coal projects are going to be very, very harmful to the environment, right? So this 17-year-old basically led a lawsuit. Can you imagine that? So yeah, these were the three children that were basically part of this, part of the list of finalists for the Children's Climate Prize. And with this, I come to the end of the 8th article for you and this 25th segment of the positive news. Like I said, whoever is new here, we do this every single week, every single Monday on 8:30 p.m. So make sure to join us. If any of you have missed the session, this is also being put up on YouTube. It is also being live streamed on YouTube. You can go over to the link in our bio and you can check out our YouTube channel as well, where we also we try to post every single week. We post out basically videos for, break down massive topics that we can't on our Instagram. So please do check it out, and we really, really appreciate the support. Like I said, we don't really make any money out of this. We are right now at this point, we are just getting motivated by the response that we get from you. So keep supporting us, keep interacting with us, DM us if you have any feedback, if you have any suggestions, right? And if you want us to cover any particular topics. Thank you so much for all the support. I see a lot of comments. I'm sorry I can't read them right now, but I see a lot of great comments that are coming our way. So thank you so much. And with this, I would like to end this session. So see you next week again at 8:30 p.m. on Monday. Also, we have some really, really big things happening very, very soon, which I'm really excited to announce. We're gonna get a huge upgrade from what we are doing currently, and this is going to be very beneficial for you as well. So make sure to stick around, make sure to keep supporting us. And with this, I come to the end of the session. Make sure to stay barely opinionated.